Yeah, the biggest thing for Jack will be he needs to just go turbo on the theater squares, get all the artists and writers and musicians, and then maybe pivot into some national parks up in the north here, with all of these mountains and stuff. Plant trees. Civil engineering next turn. He must be way further than that, though. Turn 86. Taking my life into my own hands here. Okay, so he's already gone to natural history. Conservation. He could start planting trees in 3 turns. What's he doing with his bombard? Hattusa, did they... Wait a minute. No, because then that unit wouldn't be there. Ugh. Rom's holding both of these. Destorio's holding 3. Now he's down to 1 again. Rom and Destorio are tied. They're letting them have these 2 cultures, these 2 for free. How is Rom doing this many envoys? Oh, man. And somebody's trying to get Amani in there. Well, it's tied. It's going to be a rock band o'clock in Gandhiland. Yeah. Rock band city. Call the cops. Well, he can send them both ways, too. That's the thing, right? He'll be able to send some down this way as well. Steel and 4 on MJK. That's a big deal. That's a really big deal. Moving towards tanks. Melm's still 6 off rifling, so he's way behind there. Hazagi almost on steel. Destoria's 3 on refining. So his science is boosting the tech tree for them. And Jack's on banking. So he's going top tree. Forbidden City. Like, look at how big Jack's empire is. Like, he must be just going crazy clicking buttons at this point. He's going to want to, like, I mean, he could potentially get pushed here. If he's not careful. I mean, he'd have to come through this. This is a tough choke to get in around through, but... He's indeed heavy clicking buttons. Like, it just, I mean, just so many things going on, right? He's getting archaeologists out. Of course, archaeology, he can faith by archaeology buildings and archaeologists. Keep that in mind. And at 658 to faith a turn, that's going to be quick escalation in his culture and tourism things. He'll obviously want to get a lot of art museums as well, but he can faith by archaeology buildings in a lot of these. So we have art there. Art there. What you'd want to do is in your core cities where you have lots of production, you produce the art museums. And then in the peripheral cities that are a little bit slower, you get the theater square up and then you just buy an archaeological. Yeah, like that's what he did right here, right? This is a later on city, not a ton of production. Build the amphitheater, buy the archaeological, get right into a project. Right? He'll do the same thing here probably. Same thing here probably. Yeah. He did go art there as well, though. He did get, was that first musician, I think? Yeah. Yeah, so he got first musician. Unless I'm blind. Oh no! I called it! Oh, he lost it! Guys! Oh, rip the production in science. Oh no! Agra, how you do this way? He's finally got a builder here, by the way. Nice. Jack's. This is what I said about Jack, right? I just said he should just be buying just little in the same way that Cree kind of did the little science factories. Jack, same kind of thing. Just little culture factories. Plop down a city, throw down the theater square, builder pops out, chop the tiles. More great people points per turn, right? He needed what? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, he needed 14 pop. Yeah, it's true, I guess. Whatever. But still, he could have gotten there. If he had a builder anytime, like, I mean, farm. You know, he could do step wells. He could have done 2 or 3 step wells out and around here. Gotten the housing up. He could have got... That's going to be like 12, 13 pop here. You watch. Eventually. Another settler out. Again. Throw down a city where there's lots of chops. You know, maybe somewhere down in here. Little 2-2 culture action there. Chop, chop, choppity chop. Another culture factory. Germany's up to 115 culture a turn. Or 115 culture period, I guess. Finally got industrialization. Factories are going up. Hansa's still getting built. The engine's starting to churn a little bit. I mean, they just got to stop giving this for free. Unless they have a plan to take it back. But I mean, I don't know. Sorry, I keep clicking on the wrong one. Malm's up to 26. Like, they're not taking that. What's his... Yeah. Amani's already in there, like, ugh. Replaceable parts. Yeah, going research labs. It'll be nukes o'clock. It'll be nukes o'clock here before too long with all that science. Jack's up to 2 out of 67. I don't know why Jack's letting him have that. Yeah, that's the thing is Germany got put so far behind, right? And now they're still just doing their Hansa industrial setup in every city. Literally every city right now is either building a Hansa, building a workshop, or building a factory. In every city. Now, obviously that starts to churn, but it's theater square o'clock, ladies and gentlemen. 2 theater squares is not going to cut it. Really underdeveloped land in all these newer cities as well. Keep that in mind. A lot of these cities are 3 pop, right? These are cities he's gotten out in the last 10, 15 turns. Really slow getting stuff done. The land is undeveloped. What is France doing with a settler? I guess they're coming to settle the Pantano? Very early on, they lost a player. Right here. This was Japan's capital, and they spawned, well, I don't know, 10 or 11 tiles away from Byzantium. Byzantium won the race to Crusade. First settler got stolen by Kree right here. As Japan tried to take the settler here, Kree came up through here from all the way down here, like basically beelined it, and got the settler and then pulled it back here. This is this city right here is the settler that never was for Japan, and then Japan eventually just died like a dog. What was crazy is that this city was going to be taken and by Japan with the help of a lot of help from Gandhi, and it built walls on the same turn that Japan lost their last city. If it hadn't have built the walls, they would have taken it easily, and Japan would have been able to stay in the game with this city protected by these units, and then he could have eventually, like, you know, continued over here and built a settler and, you know, gotten further inland to be safe. It was like the worst timing ever. I couldn't believe it. Steal next turn for MJK. Flight in 3 for Jack. That's very good for him, obviously, with his little rock yuns. Lower pairing going on here. Still can't believe he's letting him have this for free. I don't know. Last I checked, Jack had 2. He's got 5 now. You guys can't see it because of the logo, unfortunately, but Gandhi has 6 out of 70, and Jack has 5 out of 70. And it's going up pretty fast. Like I said, flight soon. Projects going off all over the place. And also, of course, archaeological museums can be purchased with faith. So Jack will be able to dabble in the archaeology business. He's done so here. He's done so there. And then, of course, buy the archaeologist with faith as well. And then it just snowballs for him, right? 60. Or, sorry, 70. Yeah, the logo's in a terrible spot. I feel like the logo should probably be up where I always used to have it, right here. I feel like if they had the logo here, it'd be better. Yeah, it's way bigger than it should be. The thing is, I think that they wanted the actual these to be readable, but it's absolutely massive. Yeah, it's really big. But a lot of stalemates right now. Not the most exciting. Jack's culture just going through the roof, though. It's very possible. If they don't put up a really big defense soon, I think the plan is probably for Germany to pivot from for Germany to pivot into theater squares, which they've done. So they're pivoting from the industrial stuff into theater squares. But again, these cities are super new, and well, not this one, but obviously these cities are all quite new, and they're taking forever to build them. Like 7, 8, 10 turns on the theater square itself. Still doing core projects in here, or core buildings, I should say, in here. Like a 6-city Coliseum setup. It's not bad. About average. But yeah, I mean, Jack's just running a stupid amount of theater square projects. Farms happening. Korea's gotten his gold to return up pretty good there now, but I think he's running some projects as well. Oh, he's running one, I guess. Yeah, research labs are going in. The science is going to get big. He's still only on steel, so he's gone so hard top tree that he's going to be a long ways. There are certain turbo civs that can roll on any wind condition, and Jack's got one of them. It's true. Yeah, the science will go through the roof. This will be 500 plus, no doubt about it. When these research labs all finish, he'll science will be like another 200 science for sure. Yeah, like he's built some Grand Imperials, but like I mean, there's not enough of them and not enough tempo. Like the tanks, if you ever charge, they just become tanks right here, right? Refining next turn for MJK. By the time the Grand Imperials got there, he'd be jumping into tanks. Jack's getting walls here again. I mentioned it. You know, it's a long little tight journey, but you know he's got to make sure he defends himself here a little bit. Maybe he could buy a builder and chop these walls out. You know, he's covering this choke off, making sure he doesn't get any units landing on the beaches. Oops. And yeah, I feel like he just needed to go all in and figure out a way to kill Atusa. Like he's pussyfooted around, and now he's just giving so much science for free. You just do a little bit of scouting here. Excuse me. MJK is already minus on gold, and he hasn't even upgraded the tanks yet. Yeah, Gandhi's going to have no choice but to do tanks. Yep. He's got Alhambra next turn. That'll be helpful. Because he's... Oh, man. I got the hiccups now. He's going to have to deal with this, right? Like, Hazagi's kind of been behind all game because he obviously had to go on that hard war early. So even though he's got Crusade, he's never going to be able to hold Crusade. Against Gandhi. So we can't really push with lesser units and no... The fruit salad. Gotta hold my breath here in a sec. Could see some national park plays here. I see the builders going out to plant trees, I think. He's probably looking at like some sort of a national park setup, I would imagine. He's going to end up getting this archaeologist smacked by the horse. Long to be here. Jack's got 24 cities right now. Yeah, and I was right. He came down here, plop down another one, build your unique improvement in a couple spots. Choppity, 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 chop. Get this theater square up. Get an amphitheater up. Buy the archaeology museum. Rinse and repeat. Did he get a naturalist? Okay, I could see it coming. Where'd he buy it? Was it down here? Oh, right here. Yeah. Oh, he's actually built some in here, actually. Yeah, I was looking at this. Yeah, there you go. Some pretty good ones here as well, actually. Yeah. Pretty good ones there. And then you'll be able to do some more in here. Little national park setups. Yeah, just planting trees to improve those. Again, he's in monumentality, so getting builders out. Warrior monks. So he's now got, actually, that's funny, is, or did he get that from building, oh, okay. I was going to say, because the warrior monks was Japan's Japan's religion, I'm like, did he get Japan's religion somehow? Yeah, I think that's his play, is more nationalists up here as well, to be honest with you. Yeah, this guy got kicked back, so he's got to go do this. Yeah, he's planting trees. Remember, this gives appeal. So if he clears this, puts tree down, he's going to have to get rid of this. But he could go like one here. You could put one here. Put one here. Put one here. $11 out of 82. It says 64 turns because it isn't. It does a calculation based on whatever. 359 science. Research labs are finishing, but Jack's making 751 faith a turn. Woo! You guys ready for a prediction? You guys ready to make predictions here? You've got 5 minutes. Ulysse versus Pyramid. Who wins? Jack's tourism's at 441 a turn. The defense is 235. And I think probably half that is fake from oh, there's not that many festivals. He's got a couple festivals. Theater squares are coming along. Yeah, he's got 4. He had 4 of them running, so some of it was fake. "24 cities is insane, so this could be unstoppable." Jack faith buying a few units here to put a stop to this shenanigans. Cavalry's been brought over by MJK in order to block the choke from any further consideration. MJK tanks in 2. Battleship. Oh, there's actually a city. He can actually get units from this city over to here, but that still doesn't reach. The biggest thing is that they can't let anything happen here. Ethiopia has got to make sure. Gandhi needs to make sure. Oh, here comes the tank push. That nothing can get in here for nuke wise to be able to come over here and nuke. This is the biggest thing in the game right now. The tank push o'clock. Gold. Destoria's got lots of it. Level 4 tank core, by the way. My guess is that that's 2 left side, or like 1 right side and 2 or 3 left side, maybe, or something. I don't think that's 4 all the way to the bottom, I would think. Classic War, nukes versus great artists. Yeah, basically. Get your predictions in, folks. Got a couple minutes left. Lot of money going on Ulysse here. Nobody has faith in the Pyramid nuke fest that they're proposing. Everybody thinks Jack's got it. Good chance to win some big money if you throw a few bucks on Pyramid here. Could get some big payback on your investment. He needs to be careful here. I was going to say, he needs to get that guy out of there. Protect the river. Just protect the river, you're fine. Make sure you've got...
Hi.
Hello, McBone, 29 months. Dude, thank you very much for that. It's amazing. Appreciate it. Artillery's in place. Yeah, keep the field cannons safe. Yeah, more troops the better for sure. He's got the Tagmas for the bonuses, obviously. I feel like he needs more units. And he doesn't have a lot of pre-builds, so... Jack running theater square projects in basically every city at this point. Yeah. Tank core, tank core. Another tank core coming here. So, yeah, I mean, as long as it replenishes one or two every turn, like, just make sure he's got big, thick line. Engineer's a little late to the party. Yeah, meat shields, exactly. That's essentially it. Yeah. Don't die. Okay. Your time is up. Your time is up. I hope you've made your predictions. I hope you're happy with them. 14 out of 84. So defense is going up a bit. Rock bands will be a big difference maker, though. Where's Jack on tech? Just a sec. Sorry. What am I doing? 523 tourism. So he's got twice the tourism as there is culture in the game. Preserve, I guess. Yeah, preserve. Yep. BM Wex, BM Preserve, Beyond Wex. Any impact on this? Growth is could help a little bit, I guess, on somebody, but it don't really focus it. Preserve, production. I guess if you could ever, I guess they'd want to block theater squares. So I think that, actually Jack might have all the theater square stuff he needs, although he probably wants to go get broadcast centers, right? So I would think that they would want to block theater squares, but the problem is they need to go all in here. So I think that Ulysse goes all in on something else to make sure they win this. Right? Jack's on ideology? Yep, he is. One turn, in fact. One turn, in fact. Holy Site Prayer because he's trying to get faith. He's trying to pull in more faith because he knows he needs to spend a lot of it. Oh, tourism lens doesn't do anything for us. National Park here, though. Getting buffed nicely. Really nicely buffed, actually. This mine, he actually is probably going to get rid of this mine and turn it into a tree. Look at this. Everything around it's buffing it except for the city center. Theater squares, holy sites, rock yuns, trees. Just gotta get rid of that. Down here, got one more there. Needs some more trees, but that'll be fine. You actually rock yun these two. A couple rock yun. Oh, he's got another naturalist out here. He's going to do... what's he going to do here? Right here, maybe? You got to get rid of this marsh. Put some trees up. He's got the builder to get going on it. "100% production towards theater square buildings." They both asked for it. They both want it. So it's interesting because it's going to help Germany get museums, right? But it's also going to let... Oh, wow. 2 turns. Jack's going to 2-turn and 3-turn his broadcast centers. Yeah, he needs... Exactly. And broadcast centers means he can put the music... Jack will put music in the broadcast centers and open up some spot for his art. Yeah, you go straight to rock bands. Absolutely. Absolutely. Rock band o'clock. Cold War. It's rock band o'clock, my friend. You get there as fast as... You get the tech so that you can just start spamming him. He's saving up his faith now. He's actually even running a Holy Saint Prayer up here just for a little bit of extra faith per turn. Running another one here. All about the faith. See how this push is doing in here. Not too good. Not sure if he's killed many units. Actually, he may have lost his religion in this city. He needs to make sure he's got inquisitors. He needs to get an apostle and launch an inquisition and get inquisitors so that he doesn't get his religion replaced. France is just completely irrelevant, obviously. Steel and 6 on Melm, so he's never getting the tanks. Jack is a beast. Don't tell him we said that, though. It'll go to his head. Yeah, I don't know if Ulysse was thinking... Or, sorry, if... maybe they thought that Jack already had his broadcast centers built? Because, I mean, he's 1 and 2 turning broadcast centers. Like, this is gross. Yeah. Is Jack top 5? It probably depends on who you ask. People like to troll Jack because he's the biggest personality and most popular person on the multiplayer scene, right? Well, other than, I guess, some of the French guys like Lege and Melm, I guess, are bigger. But at the end of the day, top 10, I would say, for sure. Tordred's generally considered the best that there is. I don't think anybody would argue with that. There's also, like Falcon, I suppose, would be in the conversation on that one. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if Corny would be in the conversation for a top 5 or top 10 slot. There's some players like Civ Rider's really good. But I'm not sure if he'd be in the conversation. Torja had a rough game earlier. I'll have to be checking that out later. Jack's the funniest by far, yeah. And then, yeah, who else? I mean, I'm biased, but certainly any top 5 or top 10 conversation has to include Fish and Noob. Noob's been going through the roof lately. Like, Noob I think most people would put Noob in a top 5 conversation, probably ahead of Fish at this point, to be honest with you. Yeah. Oh my god. Bronzo, thank you for that. Jack's up to 21 out of 96, and the rock bands haven't even started. Pop 8, almost pop 9. Got to be careful about his religion. I don't see anybody. I don't. Oh, here's an Inquisitor here. He's got Inquisitors on the way. There you go. Inquisitors on the way. He needed to do that. Sorry, somebody just brought something to my attention on my YouTube channel that needed addressing immediately. That was actually insane on my part. Is there any other war fronts we need to look at? This got calmed down. This is kind of a stalemate. The tank push here is kind of important to keep him on his toes, allowing him to complete. If he can disrupt here, really well. What's Germany on? Germany's stealing too. If he can disrupt here without him being on tanks, right? Because he obviously went industrialization. He needs to come in and kill some units, disrupt. Maybe if he can even raise a city or two, you can see a Kree tank here, but that's not going to be enough. If he can do an actual push here and disrupt Germany, pillage him, slow him down, make him do something other than defend culture, that's actually a big deal. So that's certainly MJK's contribution to the game if he can get it done. Otherwise, MJK will have some splaining to do. Okay. There we go, Bronto. Taken care of, buddy. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, something I plays. I don't know if he might be. I don't. Oh, low oil. That's not good. I did not notice anybody else commenting on that either. I mean, obviously, like the color and you've got the picture of the guy, so it just kind of first look this guy, and you don't really think so much maybe about it. Obviously, I was just using the template. I used the template from the Vietnam one to create it, and I just forgot to change the name at the top. I was doing it in a big hurry yesterday. I was way behind, and I needed to get it up, and obviously did not successfully do it. Any signs of Kree pushing Mongolia? Well, there was one tank. We could look in the south. I haven't looked in the south, but Kree was focusing on hard science and top tree for a long time, so they don't even have pre-builds and stuff going on for the most part. But yeah, rock band's o'clock, ladies and gentlemen. Jack's on electricity now. There is a bit of a push going on here, but I mean, muskets and an artillery are not going to get through this. He could try to pivot around, but again, it's just he doesn't really have the units to actually make anything happen. 5 turns Manhattan Project. So that could spell trouble for Mongolia, but the speed with which they can do that, 21 or 28 out of 102, 32. The rock bands, more national parks for Jack are going to be big if he can get them out. 2 there. Did he get any in the north yet? Oh shit, let me get rid of this. Yeah, he got 1 here as we saw. If he could ever get this purchased, like a national, it could do, what could he do here? 1, 2. He could do 1 here, but he can't do 1 there, so you might as well do an optimal. So just do 1 here, I think. And then, yeah. Not a lot of options up there. $800 culture return. When the nukes come, this will be over, so like MJK just did not get nearly enough done here on Mongolia. I didn't hear a lot of success there. There's 1 up here. There's 1 there. I heard at least 1 successful one. There's another one here. There's lots of wonders to play at. So we can get wonder promotions. More artists and musicians coming in hot. Obviously. Jack and Destoria went into Goldens again. Everybody in Dark Age on this side. So these 2 free sim and their brains out have gone golden every single time. Theater Square's coming. That's just going to be that much more help to the cause. This is unfortunate. Yeah, he's chopping out the Theater Square into the amphitheater. 2 turns the amphitheater. Buys the Archaeology Museum probably. Get the archaeologist out, do the things, do the stuff. Inquisitors have done their job and maintained. Artillery is coming. I like the supply convoy. Just got to hang on tight. Lots of tanks coming. The big thing is not losing them, though, right? Yeah, getting more support bonuses in there. Shifting these guys out. Filling in holes. Keeping a straight line. Protect that river. It was really good for him to get his cities up here and protect. Get cities to this river. Protect the river. Jack running a project in almost every city, except for a couple of the peripherals. He's running a project everywhere. He's bought a whole bunch more rock bands here, as you can see. 1, 2, 3. Bow! We didn't put that in the vote earlier either. 803 faith a turn. 32 out of 105. The prediction is 14 a turn, by the way. You can see it there. It's saying 14 a turn, 32 out of 105. 32 out of 105. We'll keep an eye on it. Jack's almost on computers. That's more tourism. This is a level 2. I think he just had success on this one. Was that the one that moved? Kree gonna come over here and get this free unit eventually. There was another free one that landed in here a long time ago. I think somebody must have got it. It landed like turn 1 or 2. By the way, we never saw this. Has anybody discovered this? I don't think so, because there's a goodie head on it. Nobody ever discovered that. That's actually funny. 38 out of 108. Yeah, it depends on it. It's 100% RNG on the rock bands doing well. He's obviously able to get a lot of rock bands. If he can just get some of them, he doesn't need all of them, but just some of them to get 2 or 3 successful rock band or rock concerts off here and there for big chunks. The fail, not good. Obviously. Armies are trouble. He'll have to be careful about his religion, of course. There are apostles coming to try and flip it over. I don't see... Oh, there's one Inquisitor there. I don't see an Inquisitor over here at the moment. He should have gotten 2, but maybe the one's run out. It's important for him to have lots of units to replenish, because he needs, as soon as the unit gets damaged, like halfway, he needs to get the heck out of there, right? Okay, so he has this marsh now. Chopping out more national parks could be really valuable. $852 base against 426. That's the combination for victory. When you can be double the other guys, that's a big deal. The failed push here is really sad, because like if MJK could have had a solid game, right? If MJK could have had even sort of a decent game, and then come over here and actually be able to disrupt Germany a lot. Keep him from building the broadcast centers and the theater square projects, and make him build units and kill some stuff. That could have been such a big deal. And unfortunately, just, yeah, it's just letting Germany do full-on culture defense as best they can. A lot of his chats tell him to go to democracy. No. Well, if you're in the same government as your opponents, that actually increases your tourism. So if he's in monarchy, Jack's actually in democracy now. But if you're in the same, you actually get more tourism per turn, 25% more tourism. That's not good. If you're in the same government as your opponent, which is in this case monarchy. There's success. 2 success. 3 successful. Meteors to give a free, the heaviest, the highest ranking unit of heavy cavalry you have. Manhattan Project in 3. Was that 4 successful rock bands in a row right there. Good to see you, by the way, Moondoggy. Good to see you. 48 out of 133. We'll take a look next turn to see what it went to. The tourism might have jumped because of the rock bands there for that turn. He's just deleting them now. I don't think he wants to bother with it. 55 out of 136. Tourism's at 1309. National History Museum in 3 will give him spots for more pieces of work. Using Inquisitor to keep his religion alive in his cities. Falling back to the capital. Gonna be tough. Should be able to hold a bit of a V here along all these hills. Just hold like a V here, maybe. Fail. It's got a level 2 here. Where did that go? Thousand. Extra movement. Performs better on wonder tiles. That's good for him. Performs better on wonder tiles. Oh, he has the promotion that lets him choose anything he wants. So he's taking the promotion for wonder tiles so that he can perform on all the wonder tiles at more success. Because he has the card in that lets him choose the promotion. Is he changing the names? Mute Robots, Broken Star, Tame Science. My guess is he's not taking the time to make his own rock band names, considering how busy he is. Lots of Inquisitors around is good news. Gotta keep it slowed down, because if this wall breaks, Rom's now in communism. 68 out of 137. It's saying 11 turns. These successful rock bands. The successful rock bands. No, rock bands come at same place. They come in Cold War. just after ideology. 10% closer. Yeah, theater square projects in every city essentially. Oh, the Rock Band promotion card? No, I don't know where it goes. But I mean, with his culture's almost 1,000. Like he's in Space Race. He's got it all. Natural History Museum, I think will work well for them because I think they need to be able to put stuff inside of it quickly. The other match started before and ended after, or started after and ended before. Yeah, yeah. This is a bit of a long one. 106, not crazy long. Been like 4.5 hours or so, a little over 4 hours. Matches can go quickly if it's lopsided. On generally speaking, on Highlands, matches go a long ways because even if somebody dies, it's not that hard for a team to do what these guys are doing. Just get huge. Free sim. Yeah, MJK talks a lot of trash and trolls pretty hard on Jack, but maybe MJK a little less talky, a little bit more note takey. Tanks in every city, pretty much. Aerodrome in this one. Maybe get a few things going here. Oh, he's going to come play on the Statue of Liberty. By the way, here it is. I said it. I frickin' said it. They bought him a sub. He put a city down and bought a sub. Nuke in 3. They needed to protect this coast. This was the big vulnerable spot because now they can nuke. And when they start launching nukes, these cities will fall really fast, and Jack will be in a lot of trouble. 72 out of 137. I don't think he sent rock bands over here at all because he's able to do the natural wonder thing, and he doesn't have any natural or national unique wonders. Oh, mine's stuck on 45. The disconnect. Yeah, he can nuke Jack. No, they can't really take cities until they take all this. So there's a number of turns left. This is really tough spots to pull through. But I mean, they could like nuke this, get through the north a bit. That didn't sound too good. Now, I don't think 4 turns is like completely accurate, but if the rock bands keep going, right, they don't have to be. They even get tourism if they're unsuccessful, right? And he's able to spam them. $574 defense on culture and 2032. He's got almost 4 times as much tourism as there is culture defense. You know what would be crazy to see, and I'm sure you guys have seen it if you're over on Jack's stream as well, is Jack's Great Works screen. I mean, you just have, like, there must be so many great works. It must be insane. Nukes versus rock bands, yep. Yeah, being nuked, it won't, it's based, I mean, at this point, there's not a very good chance they don't win. Like, I mean, you're not going to take out Jack in the next 15 or 20 turns, and the game will be over long before then. They'll probably let it, in fact, at this point, Pyramid probably knows, but they're probably going to let it go to victory condition, if I had to guess. He didn't even theme. He upgraded it to a nuclear sub, as we expected. A nuke in 2. A nuke sub here will be able to nuke in this direction. Another nuke sub there. But not building a lot. They must not have much uranium. Yeah, they must only have like 1 uranium somewhere. Because they just can't build a lot of them. He's doing something. He's doing stuff other than building nukes. So that tells me he just doesn't have the uranium. That's something they should balance in the better balanced game, like starts or maps, court camp, something. Because there was one game where Jack was getting nuked 5 times a turn by Japan for like the whole game. Like for like not the whole game, but for like the last 15 or 20 turns. Just like it was like 5 nukes a turn. And here, Cree has the whole team combined has all this land, and like there's like no uranium anywhere. Volume? What, you want more volume? What? Yeah, you can't use the search. When you're casting, you can't use the search. You can't, like, type in stuff in, yeah. Like, if I click on this and type stuff in, nothing comes up. It doesn't actually show me anything. Lots of tanks coming out. He'll be able to plug holes. Flight. He's got flight, so he's going to be able to put fighters in some of the chokes as well, like if that ever became a thing. Yeah. Battleship here, ironclad here, so he might be able to defend this a little bit as well. Edmund, it's quite the wild game. Quite the wild game indeed. Jack's 105 out of 148 on a culture victory. Is accelerating quickly, but the barbarians are at the door. These tanks need to kind of come up and protect this choke a little bit if they can. If anything, he needs these tank like this. Yeah, he needs to try and just make sure there's no shenanigans, because this is kind of vulnerable here. Although the core cities are back here, and this is like really tough to push. The biggest thing is places to run the rock bands, right? Ooh, level 3. Performs at seaside resorts and harbors. Ooh, baby. Performs concerts in major cities. Found a player. Yeah. That rock band right there is doing work. Entertainment complex. Yeah, he's getting some really good promoted ones, and it's making a big deal. 70% now from less than 60, yeah. And he had some more successful rock bands there. He really needs these tanks to come out and like protect here as well. So the rock bands, like he just needs to like guard this from being pushed around. Jack's religions actually spread into these ones instead more. 4,000 tourism. 123 out of 162. It says 2 turns. That 4,000 tourism gets calculated. Say goodnight, Alice. The nuke is done. The sub is here, and there's a sub. There's subs over here, so he could like nuke this and get a passage through, but like that's just for the memes at that point. Like any nuking and killing over here is essentially a waste of time. It doesn't essentially mean anything at that point. 5 max for sure at this point. And I mean, Jack had incredible amounts of land and free simmed his brains out and pivoted quickly to theater squares. I saw it quick too. I was like, ooh, there's like 3-4 theater squares he's building right now. I think he pivots to culture victory, and he did. Next thing you knew, every city was building a theater square. Obviously, Ethiopia can buy the archaeology museums and buy the archaeologists. He was able to do that in a few cities. And it's just like instantly, right? You just instantly get that, and it's just culture, tourism. A lot of tempo in that gameplay. And then, yeah, he just spammed out some extra cities, got some extra national parks down in here. Basically just chopped out the theater squares with his monumentality builder, or not as ancestral hall builder, right? Just chopped stuff out, got the theater square up, job done. He was saying, yeah, culture was, once you lose a player, they didn't really have a domination civ on the team other than Mongols. Mongols weren't having a good game. And with Jack in his situation completely free sim, this is what you do. This is what you do. He literally just put his cities in a grid. He didn't even care about fresh water or not. It was just like, it was literally just a big grid. Squeeze in as many as you can. He's got a huge grin in his face. I can only imagine the size of Jack's grin right now. He must be just, chest out, just like, guys, it's okay. MJK, it's okay, buddy, I got you. Oh, nuke. Yeah, they got a nuke over here. They hit the capital. They killed a rock band. But unfortunately for them, it's 2 more turns, I guess, there. It's getting some more nukes built, but, I mean, it doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. Pretty good game out of Sasagi, though. He got a quick kill on Japan, executed it quite well, and simmed up and was able to kill Destoria for the most part here. Jack's up to 2,700 tourism a turn against 650 defense. Literally 4 times as much. It could be victory screen right here, guys. It could be victory screen. If not here, then probably next turn. '84 culture with Coral is a little disappointing. Oh yeah, I mean he didn't play amazing, but like he had to go hard on the kill early, which slowed his tempo down, and that's the difference. Sometimes his tempo, slow tempo, is a big deal, right? Yeah, and Coral's a bit of a deny. Yeah, it's not easy to play. Basil's the hardest civ on the game to play. I'm telling you right now. On the game, by sure. By for sure. Couple more rock bands. 142, 161. So it went up 14, but the defense went up 10. Could be next turn. We'll see. Only one rock band went off there, I think. Only one rock band. They're going to have to go with their rock bands, essentially. The nuke sub dies soon. Yes, this is basically the dying... the dying breaths of Pyramid's hopes for the Civ World Cup Season 4, as the culture victory is imminent. Oh, by the way, a little bit of skiing action. Any skiers? Any skiers in the lobby? Oh, these guys are sitting up here. They got left alone. Jack pulled his units back, I guess. I thought he had a couple units in here. Did he pull them down? Where's his units? Oh, wow. Look at this. They're actually negative on gold overall. Well, I don't know what happens to Jack's units. He's got a fighter here just to kind of block a tile. Too bad he couldn't get more fighters. They can, yeah. It depends on if they have a gold per turn deal right now. Like as long as he has gold currently, you're okay. If you have 0 gold, and then your yield is negative by more than 10, then units can get deleted. But as long as you're getting gold on a regular basis from somebody, so you don't have actually 0 gold, you're fine. Do you think it was worth Japan making that religion at the beginning, which now gives Byzantium an extra +2, or would it have been better for Japan to have it? Well, I mean, the whole plan of getting Japan is to try to deny, right? He failed to deny it, but if he stays alive and denies Crusade, then this is a totally different ballgame, right? That was the intent. You don't intend on spawning. I mean, what was the actual distance? 3, 6, 9, 11, 12. GG's. That's the ballgame. 12 tiles. You don't plan on settling 12 tiles, right? Culture victory. They've got it as Gandhi, but obviously it's not. It's not Gandhi, obviously. it was Jack. He got there. I could put that back on there. G's. Oh. Somebody wants to get a nuke in. Nuke the cap. Nuke the cap and then take the city, maybe. Did he stay in to take the city? That would have been 3 out of 4 caps because they took. Did they take on it? Yeah, they took. So that would have been 3 out of 4 caps as well. MJK really, yeah, MJK had a rough game. By the way, I'm waiting to see if anybody comes in for a discussion here. We'll get a conversation with the boys. Choose prediction outcome. Everybody was on Jack's bandwagon, and Ranger with the big vote. Ranger put in 50,000. Ranger. Ship! Ulysse was the big winner. Of course. Yeah, buddy. Ranger just cleaned up. Although he didn't get very good odds because most people were in that direction. Ranger just cleaned up. Take my points happily. Oh, did you go the other way? You went for Pyramid, Tracy. No faith in the Jackie Bones. No faith in the Jackie Bones. That's huge, Shep. Thank you very much for the 10 gifted subs. Wow, indeed. How you doing, Tomb? Flam God Tomb. Bottoms, B-Toms for life. Owls. Thank you everybody for being here. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you, Shep, for the 10 gifted subs. That's insane. I'm not getting any people coming in to say hello. Nobody wants to come talk to me, Tomb. What did I do? What did I do? David, you're welcome.
Hello?
Hello, the big winner.
Yeah.
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 Ethiopia pretty good Civ, eh? Ethiopia's pretty good Civ.
Lege?
Yes?
Who won on TBT Duhanza?
I don't know.
GG.
GG's.
Yeah,
GG's.
GG. GG, guys.
Good job, Leish. You
Good
won.
job, man. Thank you. Yes, I won. I said it. I won, guys. Because it's a team.
It's a team game.
We have it's a team game.
By the way, first thing I got to say, how troll were those walls on Fez? Like, the trolliest walls in the history of civilization. I couldn't believe it, because I could see it. As soon as you guys surrounded it, and then all of a sudden the walls popped up, walls in 2. I'm like, oh god, that's not going to be enough units. Oh no. And yeah, the walls popped, and it was just like...
Yeah.
You would have been there that turn, and it was just rough. By the way, Duhanza won, apparently, against TBD. It's 1-1 in that play, in that series. Quite a game. Wow. A lot of action early, and then it kind of pivoted to all-out Sim Fest, which is generally the case on Highlands. And and Jack pivoted to Culture Victory and did the 28 city strategy. Not bad.
Shit team. No, not shit team. Shit map.
Shit map. I mean, you guys chose it, right?
Yeah.
Yes, but he's complaining every time.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a bad game, you're gonna complain, right?
Yeah, no. Even if we won, we complain.
We are French, dude. What the fuck do you expect?
What do you expect? Yeah, it was just.
GG, guys.
GG.
Zaggy, c'est dur.
Ah, t'es content que la game se termine, toi, je pense.
Ah ouais,
Ouais.
c'est pas bien, j'étais là, je t'empêchais de me convertir, mais je me faisais rect quand même.
Guys,
Je
by
peux
the
pas,
way,
je peux pas.
Taxi plus 6, il y a ton pote qui m'a fait une religion.
guys, by the way, that scout we bought for Leash was to escort a settler.
That's hilarious. I was wondering about that. I'm like, why didn't they buy him a unit? I'm like, oh, he's got a unit on the holy site, and he probably just left it behind.
Oh, yeah.
That was just
Yeah.
Welcome to the club, GG.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because, I mean, I don't know if you guys really know how far Kree came to steal that settler on whatever turn that was, like turn 11 or 12. Like, literally through the mountains, 25, 30 tiles, and then just sniped. It was like, wow.
Do you remember what I said just after you lose the settler ledge?
Nope.
I said
Yeah.
we only won game with losing a settler on Malm on CCC. We can win this one.
Yeah,
And
so
you did.
you was right, Disto.
You were correct indeed.
But that was
Oh, dude, it's so cancerous to fight without military alliance when you guys have a bastard combat bonuses +6, +9 intel, plus
Complaining when he win. Again.
I was just gonna say, Jack, did you fight this game? I mean,
Yeah, I read the City of France. Did you miss?
oh yeah, that's
No,
right, Yeah, you did.
nice.
You're right. It was a nice play.
Nice.
It was a nice play. I was
missed.
quite
move
disappointed though, Jack. You let Hattusa live. I mean,
Dude, it was shooting me down. It was not worth it. It's like, yeah, I could have gotten, but Malm was defending. I had no military alliance. Like, my units were dying.
yeah. I mean, it
I
didn't end
have
up
no
costing me,
general,
but I was just like,
no military alliance, and he has +6, +9 intel on me all the time. So it's like +15. It's
yeah,
like impossible.
your units
to
died
do
really
anything.
quick when he was hitting you. Like, it was crazy.
And I also mismoved my unique unit on Bartau because like I was limited on time since Mom was first moving me so hard. Like, you know, I had to make all my moves, and I mismoved. I could have hit 3 times and raised it.
I first move you from like a half of a second.
I can't move. I can't move, dude. Like they
I mean,
teleport.
if we are both clicking on the tile, I move
Yeah,
first,
you
but I can do only one action before you, so that's fair. You can do one action
Yeah, I know.
after me. I can do one action before you.
I know. I'm just complaining, dude.
You have to
Jack
complain.
maybe overclock so you can
Overclock.
Malm. Yeah.
We'll go, guys. GG. Good night.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Fifi.
So Jack, the culture victory, was that kind of like a fairly early plan? Obviously, I saw like all of a sudden I saw like 3 or 4 theater squares get started. I'm like, ooh, is Jack pivoting to culture victory? Okay, this is going to be good. And then every city was going building one, and
As soon as like I realized that, I mean, I had no military alliance, so there is not
Yeah.
much I can do besides going to culture victory. It was my only out in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, our only out in the game, so I just started spamming, and we knew we were playing against the timer or against Tiplo, right? So I just had to do it as fast as possible.
yeah, no, because I actually asked chat because I was like, does anybody tell me who lost military alliance? I got to assume it's Jack just based on the map layout.
Yeah.
And I'm like, as soon as they said Jack, I'm like, yeah, like, I mean, it doesn't matter how good Jack sims, there's no way you can kill anybody without a military alliance. And
Yeah,
so
that's
he has to
the
pivot
problem.
to something that, some sort of victory condition. And then, I mean, it's really good. Not a lot of people think about Ethiopia, but being able to buy archaeological museums and archaeologists, you know, like especially like in some of your later cities that don't have a lot of production, it's like just get the theater square built and then, you know, quick acceleration with the archaeologists and stuff.
I mean, the archaeologist, the funny part is like, you know, you can still buy archaeologist if you're in monumentality, even if you're not
anybody,
even if you're not affiliated. But
Sure.
I did buy a lot of archaeological museums and just straight up bought archaeologist. And also my unique building was giving a lot of tourism. I think I jumped by like 100 something, you know, once I hit flight.
Yeah, the improvement. Yeah, the flight. I said that. I was like, I saw you were on like 2 turns on flight. I'm like, oh, like let's count up the rock yuns because that's a lot of tourism right there. And then obviously computers is another big acceleration, and
yeah, and then the rock bands as well.
And then the rock bands. You had a couple really
right now.
Yeah,
it costs like 1,200 right now to buy one. So
somebody in chat was like, how somebody was like, how is he winning because usually rock bands fail so much. I'm like, he must have the card in for picking the promotion.
No, I don't have it.
You didn't have it?
It's too late. No, it's too late.
Oh, because you had like, okay, I was wondering if it was the, because I mean, you had like 4 in a row that had performs better on Wonders.
I mean, yeah, because I have so many of them. Half of them die. Half of them, you know,
okay, because I was just like, you had so many of them with the promotion for performing on Wonders. I'm like, he must have the tech, and I didn't go into the tree because once I get like past turn 80, I don't like to go into like the view. But I was like, he must have it. When is that thing? Because I saw that you were on Space Race. Where the heck is that promotion?
Which one to pick?
Yeah, to be able to pick.
It's in Future Era. It's basically comes after the game already decided. And
is it Future Era? Oh wow, okay.
It's Future Era. That's why it's kind of useless. It
just
comes too late.
So yeah,
it's not really worth it to wait for it. And by the time you get it, your rock bands are like 1,000, 2,000, like something ridiculous to the point that it's no longer a big deal.
Mm-hmm. Wow, yeah, that was pretty good stuff, man. You had a lot of really successful ones. Right towards the end there, you had one that popped off for 4,000, a couple 2,000s. I was like, oh man, this game's gonna be over in a hurry. And then pretty big lack of uranium. Was it a pretty serious lack of uranium in Kree's land? I said to him, I was like, Jack was getting nuked 5 times a turn a few weeks ago. And then Kree could only build like 1 or 2 nukes at a time because they didn't have any uranium. Maybe balance.
Also, the Congress helped me a lot, like double production towards theater. I mean, it helped them defend, but also helped me to get my broadcast centers in every single city, and I just like had music run up every single city.
Yeah, I was noticing that. I was trying to decide what people would want to do. And it was kind of a double-edged sword because if Pyramid blocks it, then that blocks Germany from being able to put up a defense. And at the same time, if they go with it, then you basically 2-turned your broadcast centers in every city, and it was like, you know, so much capacity, so many musician points, and then it was just.
I assumed they were gonna do for that, so I even canceled production in all my cities. So it would like they would basically save production for 1 turn and then. Because I like started one turn in them in a few cities, and then I put the card for double music for musician for broadcast centers.
Wow!
That was making a lot of
your Great Works screen must have been insane. Like, holy cow! 20-something, like almost 30 cities, and like you were just killing it on all the great people so early.
The problem was theming. I had no time to theme and queue everything. Like, I mean, at some point I found some time to theme, but like, I themed quite a lot of art museums, archaeological stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was pretty painful.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I'm proud of you. You week after week you start to think more about the team and a bit less about your game plan on your choose of district and everything. That's good to see, and I think that will improve a lot the level of the team.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? I mean doing a gold district, not taking as much gold as you did before to buy tile and things.
He did go. He was pretty impressive. He got down his harbors pretty early this game, which was good. and because obviously everyone likes to meme that Jack is always going to be negative gold, and he was for a little while. For a few turns there early on, you were negative gold, but then all of a sudden there's like 3 or 4 harbors down. I was like, I probably put veterancy in. He's going to smack these out and get some trade routes and get it done. Oh, by the way, Dystoria, I got to see it for the first time in action. The new Wonder, not bad.
Really broken.
Pretty broken, but especially when you can settle Agra on 48 marshes.
100 science without campuses.
Yeah, it was insane. I counted at one point, and you were at like, I think you were getting like 28 or something like that science just from the Wonder.
Did you see? I put my city, and my first building in the city was the Wonder. Like
yeah.
directly.
No, it was a good call.
The Wonder.
Yeah, it was a good call. And then Fez took the cotton from you, but then you took it back, obviously. But yeah, those walls.
We wanted to give Fez to Lej, but walls came out.
I know. That's what I was saying. The first thing I said to Lej, I said like just the worst timing on the walls, and I could see it coming. Obviously, from my view. You guys moved in, and I can't even remember what they were building, and then all of a sudden the next turn popped, and you went to start hitting, and it said walls in 2 turns. I'm like, oh god, buy more units, quick, get in there. And then the walls popped, and it was GG's for Lej.
Super close. Maybe I shouldn't have waited for a chapel. Like I did produce 1 Varu and 3 catapult, and then I was waiting for chapel since it was a 2-turn chapel.
Yeah.
Maybe I would have done 4 catapult, but how could I know what would fit?
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Is you just, I mean, it was so late not already have walls that late was a nice advantage, and it was going to work out really well. And and at the end, even with the walls, you're only 1 hit shy. If you'd had 1 more hit on that last turn before you lost the last city, you would have taken it. It was just 1 little hit from a knight, and you would have been there. But it worked out. So, GG's.
And thank you for the cast, Normu.
Yeah, no problem. A pleasure to do it. And that's it. So you guys are moving on. And speaking of which, so is that going to be the loser?
TBD or Duansar against us. Yeah, and it's going to be Barkingang against PP Patrol or Joy for the...
Yeah, okay.
For the another game.
So whoever wins the game 3 of... Or sorry, whoever loses the game between TBD and Duhanza, game 3, that's who you will play to move on to the semis. Okay, there you go. So should be pretty entertaining. Maybe you'll get to cast that as well.
Yes. Yes, maybe.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I'll certainly be requesting anyway. Always entertaining to watch you guys. Even when Lej dies. It's entertaining.
I did really so big mistake. I choke in this early game like hard, and I tried to compensate to equilibrate a bit my settler stall, and I agreed too much about my war move with horses in beginning of the game.
Yeah, I was going to actually point that I didn't want to rub too much salt in the wounds.
Yeah.
So you took the scout out with the settler at one point, but then you realized that you're going to get stepped on, right? So you kept the scout on the thing and didn't get another unit out. The other thing is that you had all those archers and you started to push them out. You kind of pushed them like a tile or 2 in front of your cities. And I don't know if you could see how many horses he had, but like I was like, oh my god, those things are going to die so quick. And then of course, obviously, you don't want your units to die.
I pushed at one time. I had 2 horses, and I saw his military score below 70.
Oh,
and I was thinking I could break a bit his last units, his last horses, who was low life, and 1 archer, and it was one moment very very close between us, and I think it's game break or 1v1. It's this moment where I lose 2 horses against 0, And I tried to first move him, and he succeeds to back his archer and to back his horse, and I am a bit screwed, and I mindfuck. I am mindfuck at this moment, and he killed me 2 horses, and he played very good at this moment because I didn't saw. But I could not do that, to be honest, and it was too greedy. I was a bit not tilt, but I wanted to do well. You know? I wanted to
trying to make a play, right? You were trying to make a play, and it just didn't work. If it had worked, then it might have bought you some time and given you a little bit more.
I really think I had the timing with Samurai in this game.
Yeah,
but when when I've been pushed with his horses, it was very too difficult. I had no more front lane to cover my archer and to get some time to have a proper samurai spamming. But he stole me two worker. He delays me on something, and he took my capital. So he just played way better than me.
Yeah, he did have a good game. I wanted to say that he had played. Byzantium is probably the hardest civ on the game to play.
No,
he
it's
actually
not,
played
it's
quite
not really
well.
Byzantium. It's more Azagi because he is very, very talented player at this moment of this game, I think. Like, I don't know who is better in French community than him before turn 40. In Micro War, in War Move, I've been totally mindfuck 2 or 3 times in this game, and I am so happy to not play against him anymore.
No, I agree though. I must have mentioned it a number of times that Hazagi was playing. He had really good timings, and he was doing well. And he played a really good game on a civ that's not easy to play. He played it quite well. So. GG's for
also, I don't know if it could have saved your city ledge, but we had a little miscommunication when you said you needed to buy your horse, and I did send only gold, and you was missing 2 horses.
Yeah, I didn't saw, but it was my fault. I don't think we can save the city. To be honest, I don't think. But it's okay. It's okay now.
Also, so I could have just sent everything. That was.
Yes, I understand. But I already choked my game, and I was totally disconnect of the game. I was not focused anymore. I was a very bad shape.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. You get flustered, right? You're trying to get your head back in it, but you get flustered, and you're like, oh my god, what am I going to do? I lost a settler. I got to get another settler out, and you've lost your tempo. You feel like you're about to die, and it's hard to get confidence to keep going and figure out a way to make it work. So it's tough, but anyway, you won. So congratulations
thank you again.
Yeah, thank you guys.
See you next week.
Yeah, I hope so. Talk to you soon.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Well, what a game. I can exit the desktop. I want to thank you guys for joining me. It's been a pleasure. I think I'm going to go get something. I might actually start the stream back up for like an hour or something in a little bit, but I'm going to say goodbye for now. What a wonderful game that was. You're welcome for casting. Thank you all for joining me. And hopefully next week, we'll get to maybe do these guys again, do the series next week with Ulysse. It'd be wonderful. Sounds like they want me to do it, so it might be pretty good. So thank you for joining me. It means the world. I appreciate it. If I don't talk to you a little bit later, I'll definitely talk to you on Monday. And have a good Sunday. Bye-bye.